Guru Nation, Chris and I, well, first of all, we're planning something very, very special with SOS. So,
Very, very special. I like how you said
very,
that.
very,
Are you hunting rabbit?
yes, wascally wabbit. You guys need to do this right now. Text the word guru to 855-942-5288. I'm not saying it again. Rewind it because there's going to be something special but secret going on at SOS on Thursday. But I'm not. You're gonna have to hit rewind. We actually don't want that many people at this thing.
Mm.
So there, I gave you the secret first step. The secret second step shall be texted to this texting list, and maybe Brad will decide to email. I think Brad is like a little nicer, more altruistic. May I think. I think.
So I'm just curious, and you're going to get accustomed to this. So Dan's not a big fan of Disneyland or Disney World. He
No,
hasn't.
I am. I just didn't have kids until now. Like, so
No,
I
I
had no real
understand
reason.
to
Like,
go.
you gotta be a creepy person to go as an adult with no kids. Like, I went with my nephew the last time I went.
Okay.
But like to go by yourself?
Well, no, nobody goes to Disneyland by
No, not by
themselves.
themselves, but like with your wife. I actually went with my wife once.
Yeah, I went with my wife many
Yeah, but
times.
like how many times am I gonna go? That's like 300.
Yeah, it's expensive now, but to my point, you will
Yes.
have to go, right? You have a child now.
Well, I don't have to, but I will.
Okay. And you'll be bored as an adult, probably.
I don't
So,
know. I'm gonna pay for that fast track pass or whatever. No waiting
nonetheless,
in line.
nonetheless, I think you'll get bored. So, you'll have to get this book. It's called The Easter Eggs of Disneyland. It's the things people don't notice.
Ah,
Okay?
okay. Do you have this book?
I do.
Can I borrow
So,
it when I go?
if I can find it. I
Ah,
bought it like 10 years ago. But anyhow, is this going to be similar to what you're doing? Is it going to be like Easter eggs or
no. It's gonna be something where we're all gonna meet up, but I'm not telling anyone where until the
so
day
so,
before.
so it's kind of an Easter egg.
Yeah, you just need to
It's hidden.
text Guru to that number I mentioned.
Okay.
It's also underneath this video, so you don't actually have to rewind. Wait, let me make sure it's under this video. Let's see. I don't even know what's on my own channel, man. It's a problem. Oh yeah, it is. That number's there. Chris, I have a rant slash gripe. So we at Yuma Clinical Trials, we were on a study. Our first study we ever got here, 2021, December 21, and we only had 4 screen failures. And we told the sponsor, you know what? This wasn't the right study for our PI. We didn't randomize anyone. Just close us out. So they closed us out December of 22.
Hmm.
No real issue. We answered a bunch of queries off of 4 screen fails. I don't know how the hell this CRO generated like hundreds of queries. I don't know how that's possible.
Hmm.
We answered them so many times. They reopened them, we reclosed them. Me and a few other staff. I mean, it was fine. It was our first study, whatever. You're gonna
Sure.
train the staff.
Learning experience for the
Yeah,
staff.
train the staff. Okay, do it. Now I do it. Now you do it. Now, and then whatever. We finally had our closeout visit. At the closeout visit, of course, there was 50 more queries, which doesn't even make sense. There's not even this many data points on the 4 screen file we generate. They average like 3 queries per data point. I don't
That
understand.
that's amazing, but okay.
First of all, it's ridiculous, right? But they gave
Hmm.
us a really good startup fee. They paid us, I think, one of the screen fails. So like it was a fair, like it was a wash, right? Like
Sure.
we should have, and in hindsight, thank God I didn't randomize. Who knows how many queries it would have been with. Okay, that we closed out December 2022.
All
Okay.
right.
What's today? February 27th
2025.
of 2025. Thank you for those watching in the future. I get an email and it's a group email, and I've been getting these emails for the last month every week. Please see your site, how many queries you have left. I didn't even remember what our site number was.
Hmm.
So it wasn't until like the fourth or fifth of these emails. I'm like, let me check which one of these sites is ours, if any. There better not be. So I
Well,
check,
you're
and sure enough, we have 2 queries left. Like some sites have 100. Some sites have 5. They still have 2 queries left for us
uh
3 years later after the closeout. So there's many issues here.
Yeah, you're closed out. You're closed out with the IRB. You're closed out with the sponsor. You're closed out from the EDC. How are you going to answer
I
these?
can't even do it. They put an end date on my DOA log. If I were
Exactly.
to do this, I'm violating GCP,
Oh, worse yet, you don't have
RSRPs.
IRB approval to even do it.
Right,
You're closed out with the IRB.
right. So I replied back, um,
Though that really is only about patience and safety, but nonetheless.
right. But even let's say there was no IRB issue because it's not patient. Okay, your SOP, I'm sure the CRO SOP doesn't state people with the not on DOA log can do work.
Mhm.
And I know ours doesn't. So I'm not revising our SOP to do this. So I replied back, hi, we had our closeout visit years ago. I wouldn't even know how to answer at this point. The source has been archived, no access to EDC. I think your data manager should close out the queries for our site at this point. Is that too snarky or is it a
Mm,
fair reply?
no, but I don't. I think that would invalidate the data to have someone else not under the PI or the PI themselves
No, no, but
answer.
their data management who opened it should close it. Like,
Well, they can close it. Okay, I thought I misunderstood what you were saying. So I was thinking the data manager should close it in terms of answering it,
no, they
right?
should close it out. Like,
Right.
query open and
Yeah,
error.
that
I
makes more
don't know what
sense.
the
Yeah,
fuck they want. We answered these things like 100 times.
yeah.
They want more.
I don't know, man.
We're not
I'm
doing that. And it's not like this was 2 months ago. This was like 3 years ago.
sure. Well, I remember back in the day when I would work, do some work similar to this, and you would answer the query like three times, and they'd still get
This
wanted
was
further
exactly
information.
this was exactly that way. And for a screen fail, I don't understand.
Yeah.
And we've been through them all already, multiple
Hmm.
times. So yeah, I'm not doing it. And if they get pissed, let them get pissed. I'm gonna tell them to show me in their SOP where it's okay for someone not on the DOA log to work on their study.
Yeah.
And then if you do have that SOP, I'll show the FDA. Good.
Well, I don't know if I would go that hog wild, but I would probably just ignore them after you sent your email.
So block.
Well, I would read their next email, and depending on what it says, if it makes sense and it's practical, I would do as asked, but otherwise I would ignore.
Yeah, it's ridiculous, man. But some of these sites on this email chain, I mean, oh my gosh, like there's a site. Hopefully, they're not in the same situation as us where they were closed out 2 years ago. They have 107 unanswered queries.
Yeah, that's going to be a bit of a problem.
Every other site on here, well, not every site is on here. Ours shouldn't be on there. Ours have two. But there's 2, 7, 8, 94, 16, 1, 15, 2, 4, 2, 2, 1, 1, 104, 170.
And this is why sponsors oftentimes will not close a site out until like the entire study's like done and finished, right?
Right.
They won't close out any sites
Ah, it's good advice to do that.
because of this, right? You got to make sure everything's resolved. You can't come back to a site 3 years after they've been closed out and say, "Hey, we got more work for you."
Yeah.
It's a
And it's
bit
not, I
ridiculous.
can't even answer it if I wanted to at this point.
Sure. Well, technically you could. You'd have to go get the documents.
Well, they're in our archive in Creo.
Yeah, I understand.
I'd
You'd
have
have to.
to unlock it from Creo
Yes, you would have to get it. Then you would have to review it for the answer, and you're, I'm sure, on the delegation of duties. But it's been
with an end
everything's
date,
been
clear end
closed
date.
out. Yeah,
Yeah, no. Sounds like they said it's because of their sponsor.
this is why you shouldn't close out a site until you're certain it's
And
safe to
you
do
know who
so.
that sponsor is, and so do I. I'll tell you off air, but
Well, I could look it up. I'll look it up because I don't know who they are.
well, you don't know what study I'm talking about.
Yeah, you said the first one.
Oh, okay, then you'll know. Yeah. Oh yeah. Shout out to Chris Sauber negotiates budgets for DSCS clients. By the way, how's things going with your panel for SOS? We're trying to sell
Um,
some tickets.
Pretty good. Everyone finally confirmed. Takeda confirmed today.
Takeda's
Um,
on your panel.
yeah, so literally going to have seven people up there.
Are you doing anything
I'm one
special,
of the
fun?
seven.
That's gonna be
Uh,
a
I have some
circus.
plans.
If you got plans, then you
I
can make
have
it
some
work.
plans. I have some plans. I don't know
You
how
know how
this
last year Jess and Edie like ran away with the creative? Is there anyone like that this year on your panel, or is it just left
is
up to you?
just me.
So there
But
is no creativity other
but
than
you
you.
Yeah, but you know my idea. That's all I'm going to do. That's the
Ah, so
only
you are
creative I
doing this
yeah,
idea. I said,
I already bought the stuff I need.
ooh,
That's
not,
another
but
reason I told you I need to go to the bank today. That's another reason because I got to get some things at the bank.
wait, are you using paper?
I'm using both real and paper.
So there's gonna be, whoa, when
Shh,
can, yeah,
it's
I
gotta be a
know.
surprise.
Now it's all about the execution, though. Do you have like a way to present this? Like you have to like for something like this, you have to build up to it, like a kind of
No,
like a comedian. You can't
no,
just go do it.
it's gonna be a point. There's gonna be a
Right, I
point.
read
I
your
don't want to
email.
say
No,
I
no,
don't
I
want
read
to.
your email. I read your
Yeah,
email. But
that's
it's
gonna be
still
how I
like
do it.
it's still a matter of how you present it though.
Yeah, I'm the
Like,
so
are you gonna be theatrical or are you gonna be like more animated than usual?
no, it's just gonna be a surprise. Hey,
I gotta be there for this
it's
one.
not this easy. Too bad that's gonna be basically my whole pitch. It's unfortunate it's not this easy. And
Mhm. That thing that you're buying, are you bringing it with you?
yeah, I'm bringing two.
Can I borrow it from my panel?
No,
Why?
maybe it breaks.
No, your panel's first.
No, I'm second to last panel of the whole conference.
Oh no, then no, I won't. Then it'll ruin yours too. Never mind.
But yeah, if I were going before you, that wouldn't be a problem.
Can you just buy two?
Well, do you want one? Is that
No,
what you're
I
saying?
want. I can't give it away without like. I'll tell you after.
Okay.
We can't put everything on the podcast. Can't spoil it all.
Yeah, we got to keep the tradition of being unique. So that's why I'm doing this.
That's a good ass idea. It was. This was your idea too.
Yep.
Last year you had like creativity oozing out of your panel with mainly with
Yeah, but
Jess
that had
Thompson.
nothing to do with me. None of that.
Right, right. You could. That was the luxury. You can just sit back and like kind of let them do it.
Yeah.
Jess Thompson has enough creativity for like the entire conference.
Yeah.
By the way, did you hear about her conference? She's doing it on a cruise ship.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, and she said it's actually cheaper because food and rooms are all included in the price.
Yeah, it's true. I
Good
mean,
idea.
we're spending what, like 120,000, no more than that, 150,000 on the hotel. So I'm
Yeah.
sure way cheaper. So, and the tickets for the cruise, depending on the cruise, of course.
But just like I don't actually like cruises.
Well,
I'm in the minority on this.
I've never been on one, so I have no
Ah,
idea.
I think if you have like a nice room, my only cruise experience was when I was like in high school. I went with my parents, but I get very seasick.
Hmm.
So like I don't like the experience of
Did you
like
take Dramamine?
no, because I didn't really know I was seasick back then.
Okay.
But I think I just don't like the idea of being like stuck on a boat. But I think Jess Thompson's idea is amazing.
Yeah, and cheaper to probably everyone.
Talk to her about it when you see her this time around, or anyone watching. Jess Thompson's an amazing person to get to know.
Yeah.
But
But
me personally, I gotta stay away from cruise boats.
get to know Dramamine well because it works. It's
No, I know,
effective.
I know. I have used
Like
it
when you
since,
start going to Disneyland and
and the
stuff.
non-drowsy one too. That
Yeah.
works really good.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You got to take it an hour prior.
yeah, I know, I know.
Yeah.
Okay, so your panel, you want to, without giving away like what you're gonna do, your panel is on budgets, and you've got Takeda on there.
And
What
Robert. So
and Robert.
two sponsors and five site representatives.
And last year, the feedback was that the budget panel was the one that could have been better.
Yes, that we changed that. And so this is also my creativity. I'm
Hmm.
not saying I am creative. I'm just saying I'm the one that came up with the idea. So basically, when we had our Zoom meeting the other day, which was yesterday,
Did you
I
tell
believe it
them
was
about your
yesterday.
idea?
No, I didn't tell him that. I wanted to be a
That's
surprise.
a prize for them too.
Yeah. But what I did say was, listen, I'm not the most creative person in the world. Here's my idea for the panel. Unfortunately, I'm the moderator. I'm open to suggestions, right? And so I told him this is the structure, and I don't mind putting this out there.
Yeah.
So everyone's going to take 30 seconds or less to introduce themselves and what makes them not an expert, but worthy of being on the stage to answer questions and discuss budgets, right? Basically, what's their background?
What's our boy Goldman gonna say?
Um, I just told him keep it to 30 seconds. I even told him, I said, Robert, I know you talk a lot. Keep it under 30 seconds, right?
Yeah.
Because there's
Yeah.
seven of us on this thing, right? So, which I believe is probably the most populated panel um, of everyone.
Yeah, by far.
Right. So 30 seconds, everybody keep it under 30 seconds your introduction. That takes 5 minutes right there because
We're
not
seven,
everyone's going to.
including you, right?
So I'm going to be first. I'm going to give an introduction to the panel, right? Just basically give my spiel on my background. Um, and then the way that the panel is organized. So the way it's going to work is the first 20 minutes, we're all going to discuss. We each came up with a question that we're curious about, right? That we don't have an answer to in regards to budgets. Each of us have one question. I'm going to have an index card and mark and just pick out which questions I want to ask. And we're going to have a 20-minute conversation on these questions. Then we're going to open it up to the audience. There's going to be one mic. I'm going to ask everyone at the beginning
All I
to
need is one mic, one mic.
form a
Can you come
line,
out with that song?
form a line. You can if
Okay.
you want. I don't care about that. But
No, no, but
formal,
you, that's not my panel.
yeah, I don't know. Well,
It
I
means you
don't,
won't, but yeah.
but yeah, form a line and we'll answer some questions because the biggest complaint was people had questions and no one answered them.
Yes.
So we're going to dedicate 40 minutes to questions and answers.
Yes. And you
And
learned the mistakes from last year. What was like the main three mistakes to not repeat this year from that panel last year? Because that panel is one of the most in demand, if not the most in demand panel.
yeah,
What
well,
three mistakes from last year will you not? Well, it wasn't your fault last year, but that you will not repeat this year.
that the reason I said this is my preferred organization to our panel was because I believe the biggest mistake was there was no real information given
The
um,
worst.
in terms of budgets and how to handle them and things of that nature. So again, we're all going to have individual questions at the beginning. So the panelists, right, the experts will have a conversation about. I'm hoping will only cover about three questions. I think it'll be about three of the seven. So I'll pick the best three. And then there'll be four remaining in case there's a lag from the audience in questions. I'll just have four backup questions to kill time if necessary, but I'm sure
Mhm.
that won't be necessary because last year at the end of our budget panel, like everyone in the crowd had their hands up to get
I
questions
see.
answered, and a certain individual said, "Nope, we're done," and ended it. Didn't take any questions. So
Why would they
um,
do that?
I have my thoughts,
Hmm.
but well, because he negotiates budgets for sites, so he didn't want to give real information out.
Yeah.
So
So
do I. So
so
do
do
I.
you,
But
but you don't
but
care.
but I think people the one thing we can't give them is experience, right? Especially the newer sites.
You
So
can give them shortcuts because
you can give them shortcuts, but you
they
can't
know they
give
don't
them
want
experience.
experience, but they want shortcut. They want like a help. Like they want to leave that hour knowing of something they can take home with
Sure,
them
if
that
they
they
want to
can
do it
try.
themselves. Yep.
Yeah. Yeah.
But the thing is in order to truly be good at it, or reasonably good at it, you need to have experience to know because every sponsor is different,
Of
and
course.
you have to understand who you're working
I
with.
mean, look what we opened it with. Like I should be billing for this if they really want me to do something.
Yeah, and it shouldn't be a cheap bill either because you got to get things out
Yeah,
of
I'm gonna tell
archive
if they
and
argue with me, I'm gonna say, well, let's renegotiate our contract and do an amendment to the closeout visit because like at least another 3 grand.
yeah, I'll have to do a startup again. Need to form
Yeah.
another delegation of duties.
So I could upgrade my flight to the OKC to first class.
There you go.
Yeah.
Leave Robert in the back.
Now Robert's already in first class. He's
Oh, he is.
balling.
Okay.
Leave my coordinator Luis in the back. Or Jaime. Jaime's coming too.
Is he?
Jaime and I are sharing a room because I bought one room with
Yeah.
2 beds because I knew my wife's not coming. And I didn't want to share a room with my coordinator, so I bought him his own room. Plus, I wanted to increase our quota for the rooms.
Mhm.
And I knew Jaime would be a maybe, so like he didn't have to buy a room, you know.
Sure. Made it cheaper
So
for him if he chose to
yeah,
go.
yeah. Well, we paid for it with YCT. Yeah. So I have a room with 2 beds.
Oh, yeah. Well, I don't know what I have. It was booked for me by Denise.
Oh yeah, she said she got me a better rate now. So
Well, that's something.
we better still have a room with 2 beds.
You don't want to share a king with Jaime?
No. Well, I know Luis's room has 2 beds.
Well, there you go.
But she
You-
said he's gonna be switched also.
oh, well, one of you two better have two beds.
I don't know. They have those rollout ones.
Yeah, but who wants to sleep on that? Those things suck.
I know.
They're very uncomfortable.
Hey, one thing I will be getting is sleep. Because
Yeah,
with a newborn, your sleep ain't the same, man. You're waking up every 2 hours.
I'm fully aware of this. I've done it 4 times.
I'm used to, yeah. Shout out to you and
Everyone
all the
else that's
parents out there, and
yeah,
especially to the single parents.
it's a job.
Wow. Wow.
It's most certainly a job.
Well, my panel, now I feel like some healthy competition because mine, I don't have anything creative. We do have something cool. Like we have something of value. My panel is AI, and I got with me it's 6 people. But you know Mike Wing. You don't know Bo from Amazon? Bo from Amazon Web Services. He's like Amazon's trying to get into research, and he's
Mhm.
like a big level up there.
He's one of the execs trying to
Yeah. Then
do
we
this.
have Dirk from Caster, which is a E everything
Dirk.
kind of thing.
Dirk.
He's
He
like
sounds
Brad's homie. And then we have Andrew Mitchell, who you know from he does Susars and he has his
okay.
own AI company for Susars. And then we have Haley, who was at SOS last
Wait,
year,
wait.
but
Andrew Mitchell, was he with Interlinks?
that's right. That's right.
Okay.
He's got his own startup now
Yeah.
doing
And
processing.
he made fun of my shoes. But that's
Ah, okay.
you don't recall this?
No.
Because I
Oh, now I do. Yes,
yeah.
we were in San Diego.
Yes.
Yes. Wow, I still have that moleskin notebook they gave me.
Yeah. We went to a big pharma company office to meet with the CEO, and Andrew
But that
says to
was a
me,
separate trip. The one where we went with Andrew.
no, no,
Oh
no, it
yeah,
was
we
with
took a break.
Andrew.
We took a break and
And we went over there
yeah,
and
yeah.
had a meeting with that dude. He's like,
Man,
man,
what
look
that
how
CEO was a douchebag, huh?
yes, he was. But he's Andrew says to me, look how you're dressed. We're going to meet the CEO. I was like, Dan's dressed the same way. Why are you picking on me?
Yeah, he picked on you instead of me. Well, your shoes were like,
I was
well,
wearing
at least I had
Nikes.
tennis shoes on,
I
right?
was wearing Nikes, just like you. We were dressed the same.
We were not dressed the same. I have a
Yes, we
vlog to
were.
prove it. We
We
can go
were.
back. I will
Okay.
find the vlog.
Well, I remember I said to him, uh, I think Dan's wearing pretty much the same shoes. I don't understand the issue here. He's like, you
Maybe
need
it's
to be
on
dressed.
video.
He's like, you need to be dressed like me. It's like, whatever, dude.
Okay, so him, and then the last one is the only site person on it besides me, Haley, who was at our SOS last year. She was not on any panel, but she came up to me in the after party. We did a mini video because it was raining.
In the
And
stairwell, right?
yeah, and then she said they're from Mississippi. She said it's amazing. We're working on the same study that you have, which was this depression study. But the way our site operates, we don't do any visits in the office. Everything's done remotely
Hmm.
at patient homes. I was like, next year when we're talking about DCT or tech or anything, you're on a panel. I'm gonna make sure you're on a panel. So she's on this panel. And that's like she's worked at a site only using these tools, nothing else.
Hmm.
And it's a real site. And she was actually the manager of that site. So Haley's awesome. We are giving something away, but it's not a like a physical thing. It's AI, but it's sites are gonna go home with more tools, basically. I don't want to share it yet, but we'll announce it there. But basically, how can sites actually use AI, like, and how to actually put it in your SOP, and we're gonna be giving like things like that out, and like shortcuts or hints on tricks on how to use AI for your site.
Hmm.
So I think it'll be fine. It's more of like Wild West territory compared to budgets and contracts where you kind of have an established paradigm, but still no one talks about it. This is like uncharted territory, but no one talks about it either. So it's different but same, I guess, to your panel.
Well,
But
that's
you
cool.
have a really cool thing. Maybe I need to do something.
You should, because they're like, I
I
was
don't. I
on.
mean, we are doing something, but it's not like that dramatic. Well, it kind of is because people that are there get first dibs on this thing that Mike is kind of giving out.
Well, I will say this in terms of being creative. I believe the most popular panel was the wig panel last year. No?
I think it's the most memorable. I don't know, popular.
Okay, most memorable,
Most
right?
memorable. Yeah.
So
I don't know most popular.
sure, wrong terminology. Most memorable. I would
Most
agree with
memorable
that.
for sure because that's the one thing people still talk about.
Exactly. So you have to be creative.
Well, mine last year was like the game show. It was the first one of the day, but split the people in teams. We had
Yeah, I
judges.
was there. You had
Yeah,
a
yeah,
a
yeah.
thumbs up or thumb
Yeah,
down.
yeah. It was like a
Yeah.
dunk contest thing, but for gave you guys, and it kind of set the stage for like, all right, this is a different conference. Like they already from the first panel getting us moving and stuff. Like it was okay. And honestly, that was so easy for me to do because I just
And
sat there most of the time and like
and
answered questions.
and that's the differentiation that we need, right? Because it's great to get information, but it's great to get information and be at least somewhat entertained.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
I'm gonna message my group right now. How do
That's
we
that's where
can we
conferences get
sprinkle in some
boring
entertainment into this panel?
because when you're just getting drummed to death with monotone information, and it's boring,
Yeah,
and you're not going to digest that information as well if you're kind of bored. Yeah, I mean, it's
yeah.
great information, but this is boring delivery. And unfortunately, my panel might be that too, but it will start off with a boom
I'm
or a
worried
bang.
mine might too, but they are. I know we're giving out value, knowing the personalities on here.
You put too much. I'm sorry, I'm going to go off on a tangent. You put
Yeah.
too much damn. I'm looking for the video of Yumi and
Oh,
and
you gotta go that far back, man. Do you realize how many
you got
videos we put?
too much content. I've been scrolling for like literally 30 seconds and I'm
You're
still
gonna be
not even
scrolling
to a
for a
year.
year, bro. You're gonna be waiting till 2026 to find that one.
It'll come up.
Just look up Intralinks and Dance Fair or something. I mean, there's gonna be a bunch, but
I
it
don't
was a
think
vlog.
it would be on your YouTube channel.
Well, yeah, of course.
All right, I'm back to 2 years. You used to do less content. I'm seeing a lot more images of myself too.
You got a ways to go. I mean, we're not
No,
getting there on
I'm
this
at
pod.
I'm at 3 years now.
Ah, okay.
We're getting there. You're wearing masks. We're getting there.
Remember those days?
Yeah, those days suck.
Okay. Anything else for SOS? You're only one panel?
Yep, I have one panel. You're
How
fortunate you
did
have
you?
two.
Yeah, and how many breakout sessions do you have?
One that I don't is not
How did you
associated
only
with
get?
budgets.
How did they only put you on one panel?
That's what they chose to do. I'm cool
Who?
with
Why
that
did I get thrown into two of them?
because you're the guru. I'm not.
Ah, but yeah, the second one I'm doing is with Judy, so we're kind of both like co-responsible for it. And that one's super easy. It's on social media. How sites can use social media. Um, but yeah, okay. Well, anything else you want to add, or we're good
Yeah,
with
I'm
this
gonna
one?
play this video and we're gonna find out right now
Okay,
because
all
we brought
right,
it
all
up
right,
here.
all right.
How are we dressed?
Here's Lana texting me. Let's see what she says. She's having technical difficulties, so she will come in. She said she's not good with emails, but I can tell she was getting frustrated, so I didn't want to push it. Okay, so I don't have to do a rating scale.
Oh, damn, dude. 5 years ago, I'm on half the videos,
Wow.
like literally half the videos. This is
Well, you're
funny.
not gonna find it, man. Like,
Okay, how many years ago you think?
we still have
Six?
to do another pod.
Not necessarily. What was 6 years ago?
You want me to find it in like a minute?
Okay, let's see who can find it first. So I'm back
All
to
right,
six
we're
years
doing.
ago.
Okay.
Hey, I remember this dude. God, what was his name? He was in a heavy metal band. What was that dude's name in Long Beach? No, in LA somewhere.
Oh
What was
yeah,
his
remember
name?
that dude?
And
I
what was his
forgot.
name?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I don't remember.
He did a underwear. He had an underwear billboard in Los Angeles.
No, I know exactly what you're talking about. I just don't
Okay,
know his name.
yeah, it's not coming to me either.
Who? Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, it's not going to come up by Intralinks. I would guess 7 years ago. I'm in the 7 year area right now.
Yeah, I don't know, but I'm not finding it either. If anyone can find it, you'll get. What am I gonna give them?
Did
If
did
you find it before SOS, I'll
you
pay
get
for
a
your room.
book?
I'll pay for your room.
No, don't say that. Well, you get a
Yeah,
book.
no one's gonna find it, man.
Yes, they will if they really want to look.
I'll pay for your room.
Andrew Mitchell, right? Did you search that?
Yeah, but I interviewed him a few times too.
Well, it was like 7, 8 years ago, right?
Lana said, shout out to Lana. The patient today didn't want to do it remotely. She was the one who was supposed to come yesterday, but said she was sick. So then Lana said, okay, let's do it remotely today. Today she said, oh, well, I'm not tech friendly. Let me come in tomorrow. So now, shout out to my CRC Lana. We're a triple book tomorrow, and I got 3 sets of rating scales I gotta do.
Wow. Lucky
Luckily
you.
from home. Jaime is off tomorrow, so
It's all you.
all me, baby.
You're
Chris,
wearing a you're wearing a shirt.
let's end this, man. You're not finding this. I got an idea for our next pod too. Guru Nation, when you see Chris at SOS, give him a big hug. Bye bye.